As we move into November, the days are finally getting cool enough to feel comfortable doing things all day outside again, like camping, tending to my garden, sitting on the back porch, and spending days on the water. I have been taking full advantage lately.
Have we measured it yet?
It's probably about 20.
Hi everyone! So we are out on the Gulf doing a little fishing this morning. It's pretty windy, but the sun kind of peeks through every now and then, and it should be really fun. Ooh, that's a big puffer fish too. Well, have fun with that one. Want to explain the best way to get a puffer fish off the line? Time on the water is a necessity here in Florida, a way of life. I don't know what my life would be like without boats, fishing, beach days, river days, and all the wildlife we see in between. We see alligators, river otters, manatees, and lots of birds and fish. Jade and I grew up 5 miles apart in little towns near to our favorite fishing holes. Oftentimes, getting there means going down an old dirt road or seemingly getting lost in the woods, and we live for that. When I'm not in the garden, I'm probably on the water with Jade. To find ourselves on the water in the summer and in the winter too. Hey you guys, so I had to take a little break from the garden this week because I have been fighting this battle with the ants and I think the ants are winning. I have dusted with diatomaceous earth, I have done a vinegar and soap spray, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll just pour a little actual straight vinegar around the plants, and boy was that a bad idea because now my plants are pretty much dying, which has been really upsetting. Look at my beautiful bed of kale. So I know a lot of it is also that it's just been really hot as well, and everything is wilty because of that, because they were a lot perkier this morning, and I think they will be a lot perkier with some water and when it's a little bit cooler, but still they are just full on dying. And everything else that I didn't put vinegar on or haven't had any battle with ants are still doing beautiful. Of course, those are also more heat-loving plants, like all of my squashes and my tomatoes and all of my herbs that are, well, not all these herbs are super heat-loving, but I think I can go to a nursery and probably rebuy all of these, but it's not the same as having started all of these plants from tiny little seedlings in my kitchen and having watched them grow from the beginning. So it is pretty upsetting, but there's still plenty of time left in the season since I can grow all winter and into the spring, for me to be able to go get some more plants and just start over. I probably could start over from sowing seeds as well and re-sow them in my kitchen and restart them and go through that whole process, but it's so time extensive and takes so much time. I don't know if I really want to dedicate that much time to doing that, especially after having all this happen. It's just like, maybe I just better off to go to nursery and call this a loss for now. But anyways, so we decided to take a little break from the garden, and my boyfriend and I went fishing out in the water, which is always so much fun, and it was just such a relief to just be out in nature and have a good day and not worry about it. We caught, well, I didn't catch a lot of fish, but he caught a really nice redfish, a really nice flounder, a bunch of other little not as good fish, but it was still a really fun day and something that we both like to enjoy doing together, which made me realize that there's this whole other part of my life that I don't really share on here, that I would love to share more on here, more vlogs of just like everything other than the gardening. Of course, I'm always going to have a lot of gardening, and primarily gardening because that's just like my thing, and that's what I love and what I'm passionate about. But I want to feel free to share the other parts of my life too, where I get to, gardening's more something that I do with myself, for myself, so it's often just me, whereas the other parts of my life I get to do with my boyfriend or with friends and family members and sharing those experiences with them, and I want to be able to document those and remember those too. And I just think about all the things that I haven't shared that I could have shared recently. Like, we went on this really great trip to the mountains and stayed in a cabin where I got to see my brother and my sister-in-law came down, and we played a bunch of music, and a lot of my family ended up being there, which is another thing that Jade and I love to do together too, my boyfriend and I, is that we're both musicians and both love playing music together. That's one of the other ways we connect, other than being on the water a lot as well. Just had so many amazing trips, went on a really great camping trip, and I just want to be able to share all those things, so I hope you bear with me as I start sharing those too, possibly, but probably still a lot of gardening. Mostly gardening.
Keep on rocking me, baby. Keep on rocking me, baby. Rocking me, baby. Keep on rocking me, baby.
You got it, Melanie.
Wow, it is a big ass redfish. I am struggling with the net and the pole and the foam. Wow. Have we measured it yet?